Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be doing a makeup tutorial on this makeup look, and it's a spring, summer, bright vibe going on. And yeah, if you'd like to see how I got it, then please keep on watching. First of all, I'm going to prime my eyelids. I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and it's in the shade Honey, and just literally putting a little bit on the eyes and the inner corners. I'm just going to use my IT Cosmetics brush to blend it out. I'm going to use the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette. It's this one here. And I'm going to use the shade Gingerbread Glam. So that one there. I'm just taking like a crease brush. I think it's a Luxe Petite crease brush by Zoeva. I'm going to take some on there and I'm just going to put that in the crease. But it is quite a dark shade, so I do want to blend it out. Just using a rainbow motion. And I'm just building it up just to get a defined contour in the eye. So from the same palette, I'm going to use the shade Extra Spicy, which is this orangey tone here. I don't want it to come out too dark, so I'm literally going to pick up a little bit on the brush and then build it up as I need it. But I'm only taking like the tiniest bit on it. And putting that all over the eyelid. So it looks something like this. It's not super bright how it is in the palette. The next thing I'm going to use is this blue top liner by Sephora. I've had this for such a long time and I've never actually used it. It's the first time I'm using it. So this is what it looks like. It's got a very fine nib to it. And I'm just going to do a top liner with this. I'm using the MAC Cosmetics eyelash curler to curl my lashes. I'm just gonna try and make sure that all my eyelashes are in here, and then pulse it a few times. For mascara, I'm going to use the MAC In Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. This is what it looks like. It's actually brand new, so it's going to be quite wet. I like my mascara to be a little bit dry so that it doesn't get messy when I'm applying it on. You'll see though. I don't know if I want to wear lashes yet, so I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Orange, and literally just using the tiniest bit on wherever I feel like I've got any pigmentation. I'm just gonna use a brush like this to blend it all in. Okay, the foundation I'm going to use is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Stick Foundation, and this is what it looks like. I'm literally gonna open the stick and just swipe it a few times over my face. I'm just going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow and take some on the back of my hand. This is the Wonder Glow I've got on the back of my hand. I'm just going to pick it up on the brush as I go along and blend it into my skin whilst I'm trying to blend the foundation in, just to give it a bit more of a glowy look. And I just want to buff this in. Obviously trying to go slowly over the bits where I've put any corrector on. So doing it like this, first of all, makes the foundation a little less creamy and more liquidy, and it also gives the face like a nice dewy glow to it. It is a very nice foundation though, and it's always out of stock. Well, it used to always be out of stock before. I don't know if that's the case still. I didn't really like this foundation before because it was a bit too thick for my liking, and I played around with it a bit and I really like it when I blend it in like this with a primer or like something that's dewy. It just helps to make it a bit more softer and easily blendable. It's already easily blendable, but it's just because I've added something like liquidy into it, it makes it into a liquidy texture, and I think that's what my skin prefers. And then for the concealer, I'm using the same Born This Way concealer on the under eyes, bridge of the nose, forehead, cupid's bow on the chin. I'm just gonna go over any bits where I've got any spots or anything. I'm just using the back of the IT Cosmetics brush, blending it all in. Just to brighten it up a bit, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige. And I'm just gonna go over any areas that I want to brighten up. I'm only gonna try and put a little bit of this on because it's a bit thicker than the other one that I used. Now that I've blended it as much as I can, I'm just going to get a beauty sponge and blend it all in. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This one here. And I'm just going to use that to set all of my face. So I'm going to take some on the lid and use the Beauty Blender to set my makeup. So what I'll do is I'll get some on the Beauty Blender and then just kind of tap off any excess. And then I'm just going to set my under eyes first. So what I like to do is I turn it this way around just to make sure. You can have two different ones if you want. I just do this. I'm not wasting too many. Press it all in and then use the powder side to do the same again, but this time setting it. I'll do the same on the other side. So the other side without the powder, it kind of still goes on, but just to blend out any creases, and then turn it around. Just press that powder in. Just going to do that all over the face. Just to take away any shine. So now that that's nicely set into the face, I'm just going to get just a normal brush like this and just buff that powder into the skin. And very lightly, I'm holding it quite towards the end of the brush. It's just to get rid of any bits of powder that are like chunky on the face. So now I'm going to do some contouring. I'm going to use the NYX palette, this one here. And I'm going to use the same brush and I kind of just swipe through them and then I tap off the excess. And I build on this rather than put too much on in the first place. Go down the side and bring it down the jaw. So I'm going to use the Tarte Blush Bazaar. So this palette's quite good, it's got 8 different shadows in it. I'm going to use the shade Dainty, which is this one here, and just put that on the cheeks, but not too onto the apples of the cheeks. So I'm going to go a bit back this time and then drag it back. It's a nice shade because it goes well with the eyeshadow. So for highlighter, I'm using the Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's called That Glow. And the shade I'm going to use is Dripping in Gold, which is this one here. It kind of best suits my skin tone. I sometimes mix them up depending on what I'm doing. I'm just going to put that on the high points of my face everywhere. This was actually one of their first palettes that came out, and I don't think they do this one anymore because I tried to tag it in the shop but it didn't let me. That one and Gleam. I've still got Gleam as well. For eyebrows, I'm going to use the Benefit Brow Contour Pro, which is this stick here, and it's got 4 different shades on it. So you've got like a shade to do highlighter, and you've got like a lighter shade and a darker shade to do the inner part of the eyebrow and the outer part. So I'm going to start off with the deeper shade. So you just kind of, you push that down, and then it lets you, and then you can twist it to take more product out. So I'm just going to do my outer corner of the eyebrows with this. The shade is pretty dark, so I try not to do it too, I try not to use too much, and I try and brush it out in between. Because I've got like a sparse area under the eyebrow, this is probably one of the best products that actually fills it in. And then what I do is, where is my spooler? I think I see this one here. So I've got this Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and I'm going to use the spoolie side just to comb my brows through. And this also combs the product through the eyebrows so it doesn't look so blotchy in the eyebrow. It makes it look a bit more natural. So I'm just gonna do a bit on the top, and then I'm gonna change shades because I really don't want my front to look dark. There should be one colouring in my eyebrows. There's a lighter shade. I'm just going to push that down, and that's the lighter shade that's come out. I'm just going to do the front of the brows with this. This is still dark for me because this is called Brown Black Light. I still find it a bit dark for my eyebrows sometimes. I think it just depends on the look that I'm doing. So with this, what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to put it at the bottom of the eyebrow and then comb it up to see if I need more product. Sometimes you don't need it after you've done that bit. It starts looking too much. Yeah, so I think that's pretty okay. So this is like the definer shade, so you can basically go under your eyebrows just to make sure that they're neat. So it's very handy if you're on the go and you just need everything in one thing. If I just go under the brow, it just tidies it up. So what I do then is I just get like a thin brush like this and just blend it in so it doesn't look like an obvious line underneath. Like that, it makes them look a lot more defined. And I don't like doing that all the way to the front, but I just like doing it in this section here. Pressed it too hard. I'll basically just go around like that. I don't know if you can even see it, but I've gone around there, and then what I do is just blend around, and it's super blendable, so you don't need to put much effort into doing this at all. You just need to make sure that there's not like a white cast, because then it'll look really obvious that you've put something there. I'm going to use probably one of the newest shades of lip liners I've got. It's Need Me by NYX. Looks like that. I'm just going to line my lips with this. For the actual lipstick, I'm going to use like a coral colour, well, like a orangey shade, because I've gone for like orange tones everywhere. So I'm going to use the lip tinted Huestick in the shade Rise. I'm going to put that all over my lips. I'm going to use the matte bronzing powder in the shade Golden. I'm just going to quickly go around the face and bronze it up. Okay, so from the same eyeshadow palette, I'm going to use the Gingerbread Glam shade. This is a Real Techniques brush in extra small. And just go under the bottom lash line. I'm just blending that in so that you can't really see a line underneath there. Getting the extra spicy shade from the same palette, I'm going to get that and go under the colour that I just applied before. Just making sure it's nicely blended. This brush is amazing to do this with. It's super precise as well. I'm just going to put mascara on the lower lashes. For my setting spray, I'm going to use the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and I'm just going to put that on the high points of my cheeks because it is because it's a dewy skin mist, I don't want the shine to be everywhere else, so I'll just put that on the high points. So I'm just going to cover the face. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to put the MAC Fix Plus in Gold Light. And I'm just going to blend that in using a beauty sponge. So guys, here's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. My makeup look was inspired by my hairstyle, and the colors in the look were inspired by the scarf that I used in my hair because it's got orange and blue and teal tones, but I kind of used a blue eyeliner. But I think it kind of ties in together somewhere. Yeah, the hairstyle that I did was using Armin Naveed and Deepa Khosala's Instagram live tutorial that they did, and they did 3 different hairstyles and they were so good. I really liked how they used a scarf in the hairstyle and just kind of made it look very summery. But yeah, that's what I've done with my hair, and I've been faffing around in this for ages and it's not even moved, and I've probably only got about 2 or 3 grips in there. So yeah, go and check out their Instagram live to see how I did this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. So guys, welcome back to my YouTube. So guys, this is the final. So guys, this is the final look. I hope you